So imagine this. You have a high school relationship and it's seemingly perfect. You hold hands in the hallway, they take you to school dances, and they may even confess their love to you. Imagine that it's been a perfect amount of months and everything is perfect, you trust this person, and then imagine it all crashes down with a single slap, a crippling punch, or a terrifying death threat. This is the reality for thousands of high school boys and girls across the United States. My name's Julia Miller, this is my partner, Gianita Hosa, and this is our 2010 project.
So we chose this topic of teenage domestic violence when we found out the devastating statistics. So according to NCADV, the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence, 1 in 3 women will be victims of sexual assault throughout their lifetimes. And an even more devastating fact is 94% of women 16 through 19 years old said that their abuse was from like their current or former partners. So we decided to raise awareness because these statistics are like just so shocking to us, and we wanted more people from our school to know about it, so we decided to interview SHS students about this.
So our video was inspired by a YouTube channel called Jubilee. This is their logo. And this channel makes similar videos to the one that we created. And what I mean by that is that it involves random strangers sitting in front of a camera, and they read anonymous true stories from people about like their deepest fears, their deepest secrets, or just stories from their lives, and they respond to them. So our video is really similar to that, and we modeled ours around their original idea. So ours involves 3 SHS students who first try to guess correct statistics about teenage domestic violence. So we asked them 3 questions. And then after that, they read anonymous stories from true domestic violence survivors. They were written by teenagers. And then after they read them out loud to the camera, they respond by either changing or keeping their previous answers about their statistics from the beginning. So we would now like to show you a short clip from our project. Oh, that's a PDF, isn't it? Or can I click it? Oh, cool. Is the audio? Audio's on. No? Yes?
Oh, no.
There's no audio here.
Okay.
So it's okay.
It's not true.
Might not be able to play.
Can't see it?
No.
Oh, that's fun.
Wait, did you put the link in?
The link's on there, yeah. Is it?
Wait,
How do I
close
get-
out the
close out this?
slideshow.
Technical difficulties,
Why
y'all.
don't you just advance the slide and continue your talk?
Okay, we'll show it at the end.
Show it.
Okay, so we'll just keep going. Sorry about that.
Okay, so we ran into 2 major struggles while creating this. One, at the beginning, we wanted to reach out to an organization we've worked with before called YWCA, and we wanted to ask them to get anonymous stories from their victims that we could have the SHS students read out, but that would actually be violating like their privacy policy for their victims that they help. So instead, we researched like blogs and forums online, and we found 3 teenage domestic violence stories, so we used those instead.
So the second problem we ran into was during the video production of our project. And what we ran into a lot of the time was that we went through several interviewees who ended up like having scheduling issues, or even to the point where they were not comfortable being in front of a camera talking about such a sensitive issue such as teenage domestic violence. So a lot of the times, over a 2-week span of us trying to film several days of the week, we would lug all of our camera equipment just to find out that the person that we were going to meet with that day had scheduling issues, or they have ended up just saying, nope, never mind, we're not too comfortable doing that. So it was quite difficult to find people, and we realized that we just couldn't be as picky with our interviewees as we initially wanted to be. So we ended up just finding people who were just around that we knew, and we were like, hey, you want to do something for us? And that's kind of how it ended up being. And then additionally, we also had to learn how to use the spotlight that we cast down in our media arts lab, which is a learning curve for us as we had never worked with lights before.
So we wanted to share some common warning signs of domestic violence with you. The first one is if your partner's being aggressive with you and picking fights over small things constantly. The next one would be a term called love bombing, where your partner is excessively like giving you compliments or giving you gifts And this is used as like an emotional manipulation to like pull in the victim within like a quick span of time.
The third is a term called monitoring, and this is when your partner is constantly like, where are you? What are you doing? Who are you with? And this is a sign that they're overly protective. And this is, we're not saying, just as a disclaimer, these are not just signs like, oh, for sure, this is going to be an abusive relationship. These are just factors that could lead to them. So I just wanted to say that. So monitoring could imply that a partner is, again, like I said, overly protective and just wants to keep their victim on the tightest leash possible. So lastly, what often leads from monitoring is isolation, which is when a partner is just slowly infiltrating the victim's head by telling them that, oh, their friends are out to get them, they want to break us up, oh, your family doesn't approve of us, and they constantly are trying to get negative thoughts in your head about the people who love you and your loved ones around you and your friends. And eventually, they'll convince you to solely spend time with them for various reasons that they conjure up. So a victim can be turned against, like I said, the friends and family, and it's a manipulating tactic.
So why should this topic be important to you? Because without you even knowing it, it could be happening with the person sitting next to you or your best friend or an acquaintance at school. And we thought that teaching both affected and unaffected individuals about these warning signs could help stop this cycle of domestic violence.
So we hope that our 2010 project, Speak No Evil, successfully taught you the prevalent problem of domestic violence and the ways to stop it, and we hope it continues to do so for much longer than today. So, thank you. Do you want us to show part of the video?
Yeah, I think the problem is when you submitted it, like I was saying.
It was like a picture.
Basically downloaded as a PowerPoint
Oh,
instead
okay.
of your Google site. Sorry. So I don't know if you could log into.
It is up on I think I opened it on your internet. If you want to, I can just.
You have the link in here.
When I go back to the slide, it'll open. Like if you just click it. In the actual.
No,
it didn't on the present.
So guys, this is important for those of you who haven't presented yet. What happens when you use the Google Drive submission part in Canvas? It downloads as a PowerPoint, and you lose links, you lose formatting stuff. So I think that's what happened. So I don't know if you have it.
Oh yeah, I have I can go to my.
You
YouTube
log
account.
into your.
Or we can even just type it into Google YouTube or that.
So this kind of brings up a good point. I'll emphasize it again later. Once I